From the smallest subatomic particles to the cosmos itself, physics is the way we understand everything in physical existence, from fundamental concepts to technologies that govern our modern lives. If you're watching this, you've probably already got an interest in physics. Maybe you're fascinated by a particular aspect of it, like quantum mechanics or gravitational waves. Or maybe you're just interested in how the world works. And of course, any of that is absolutely fine. If you choose to study a physics degree, during the breadth of your studies, you'll discover the aspects that are most exciting to you. I'm Dr Chris North, and I'm going to give you a quick introduction to studying physics and astronomy here at Cardiff University. With me are my colleagues Dr Sarah Ragan and Dr Naresh Gunasekar.
There are four main flavors of physics that we offer. You can study physics, physics with astronomy, astrophysics, or physics with medical physics. And the first thing to point out is that all of these programs have a common first year. What this means is that whatever degree you enter on, you can change your mind. If you apply for physics, for example, and then after starting your studies decide you'd want to switch to astrophysics, you can do that within the first year. We want to give you the flexibility to study what you enjoy.
All of our programs are accredited by the Institute of Physics, and they are all available as a 3-year BSc. Physics, physics with astronomy, and astrophysics are all available as a 4-year MPhil. The MPhil is an integrated master's degree, so following the 3 years BSc program, you do a 4th year during which you undertake a major research project. The physics and physics with astronomy degrees are available with a professional placement year. This adds a year to our degree, spending a year in industry in your 3rd year. Students do placement in a huge range of industries such as telecoms and aerospace, but also at national laboratories. Sometimes students come back to do their final year with a job offer from their workplace, so they know where they will be going after they graduate. And again, you don't have to decide upfront if you would rather do a BSc or an MPhil, or if you'd want to do a placement year. You make the decision at the end of your 2nd year, and of course, you would have to be achieving sufficient marks to stay on for the MPhil.
In terms of day-to-day, you'll have a few classes each week, made up of lectures or problem classes, and some face-to-face working through different exercises. If you get lost or miss something, the recordings are available for you to catch up on things you want to watch again. This has been shown to improve exam results. You'll also have lab and computing classes. There are weekly meetings with tutors in small groups, and these support your module learning, but also your personal development. In total, there are around 16 to 18 hours of contact time, the rest made up with self-driven learning. As well as teaching physics, we teach skills: teamwork, problem solving, numeracy, communication, leadership, and so on. During your first year, for example, you'll be taught programming, not as a dedicated computer science module, but how to use coding to solve physics problems. You'll learn how to analyze data, give presentations, write reports, and so on. We also focus on active learning, with students working together in real time to solve real problems. This teaches our students to be creative and not just receptive. You'll have some exams each year, but they are only part of the story. No module is assessed 100% by exams. When you go into your exams, you'll have half your mark already accounted for by coursework throughout the year. This might be laboratory reports or computing problems.
Project work is a quarter of your mark in year 3 and half your mark in year 4 if you're doing the MPhil. So it's a really big part of your course, and this is where things get really exciting. The project gives you the chance to do a real piece of research in the area that you are most interested in, based on the topics you have been studying in the previous years. For your project, you will take a real-world problem and try to find an answer or a solution, and these are genuinely problems where we don't already know the answer. We don't know what you're going to find out. You are at the cutting edge. Your project will be aligned with one of the research groups that we have here in the school. There's a huge range of research going on, and it's represented by our research groups.
Here in Cardiff, we have one of the largest collections of astronomers and astronomy instrumentation lists in the UK, covering all scales from planetary atmospheres to the entire universe and pretty much everything in between. We're also home to one of the largest groups of gravitational physicists in the world, who play a key role in the detection of gravitational waves. Away from astronomy, we have colleagues developing technologies for future devices in a vast array of applications in collaboration with industry leaders. Others are pushing forward our understanding of fundamental physics, such as superconductivity, magnetism, and quantum materials. If you have a passion for medical physics, there are people using world-leading facilities here in Cardiff, such as MRI scanners, to improve measures of biological processes in the brain and what we can do with that information. And finally, we have experts looking at how physics is taught, or should be taught, from school right through to university. And their research into the best ways of teaching physics directly influences the ways in which we teach you here. In all cases, there are people looking at the theoretical underpinnings, the analysis of observations and measurements, and the design of future generations of instruments, devices, or techniques. Now that's just an incredibly quick introduction to the huge range of exciting research we do here in the School of Physics and Astronomy, but it gives you a sense of the many different avenues you might go down for your final year research project.
You will have access to our facilities, which are as you would expect of a world-class university. Depending on which options you take, your studies might include time spent in our research labs and clean rooms or using our supercomputers. There are also research placements over the summer where students can get more experience in their chosen field. That research experience doesn't have to be in Cardiff. We also offer support for you to find a summer placement. These are often spent overseas, and previous students have gone to the USA, Canada, Australia, Vietnam, and more.
What happens after you graduate? Where can a degree in physics take you? The answer is basically anything and anywhere. A physics degree means you can deal with big sets of data, that you can program, that you can solve problems. A physics graduate is someone who can apply themselves to a wide range of things, and this opens up a huge range of careers. You might want to specialize further with an MSc or PhD. This could be in physics, data science, or aeronautical engineering, or you could really specialize in something like compound semiconductors or astronomy. Some typical employers for our graduates include Jaguar Land Rover, EDF Energy, Rolls-Royce, and the European Space Agency. There's also the professions. In finance, for example, they're dealing with big data sets. They want to know what the risks are and analyze statistics. You could do that with a physics degree. Finally, there's the public sector. Places like the Intellectual Property Office, GCHQ, or government departments. We have graduates who have gone down all these routes.
If you are interested in applying, you'll find the most up-to-date entry requirements with our course listings online. We do usually require physics and maths, but we'll adjust and make an alternative offer if needs be. For example, if your school didn't offer physics A-level or you're doing alternative qualifications. So if you've got a natural curiosity about the physical world, maybe even the universe, and an aptitude for science and working with numbers, Cardiff University might just be the place for you. You'd be joining a community of thinkers working together to have a positive impact on the world around us, where learning and discovery aren't limited by planetary boundaries, but reach as far as the cosmos allows.